What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech My Hero Academia Izuku Midoriya. And so here we have the Revoltech Deku posing out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories really fast. Deku here does come with 3 different face sculpts. We do get a stern neutral expression, which looks really nice. We do get a smiling expression. Then we get an angry expression. Then we get several sets of eyes for both faces. We do get eyes looking forward for the stern expression, eyes looking to the left, eyes looking to the right, and then shocked expression. Then we also do get several sets of eyes for his angry expression. We have looking straight forward, up and to the right, down and to the right, left and up, and then left and down. He also does come with several sets of hands. We do get a pair of fists. We get a pair of style pose hands. We get a pair of finger flicking hands. Then we get a set of hands for holding his pen and his composition book, which, speaking of which, he does come with a pen which does fit into his hand nicely. Really small accessory, so do be careful with that. He also comes with his composition book, which does fit in his hand nicely, and it is nicely detailed both on the outside and on the inside. We also do get several lightning attachments for his all-for-one quirk, which can port into portholes into his person, and those look really nice. We do get 2 green lightning effects which do peg into his fist, which those do look really good. And then we have 2 pink accessories which also fit into his fist. Deku also comes with 2 pieces of front hair. He comes with a normal front hair, which is really nice. And then we do get one where the all-for-one lightning effect is present. Then we also do get several signs with Deku. We do get 2 different smash variations, and those look really nice. I do like those. And then we get a murmuring effect. And then finally, he does come with a Revoltech stage. Hopefully I did list everything. I know I might have missed something, but if I did, I do apologize for that. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually have a closer look at Deku. And so here we have a closer look at the Revoltech Deku, and I really do like this figure. This looks a lot like Deku in his Season 3 look. I do really like the gimmick that they have with his eyes where they do interchange, and you can see we do get all the eyes. They are listed with A's and B's. The A's only fit into the A faces, which are the stern expression and the smiling expression. The B expression is, of course, the angry expression, which he does have his own set of eyes for the B expression. Really do like this Deku. He looks really fantastic and he articulates really well. And something I do like about this figure is that he does have this really nice look to him. Aesthetically, he's very pleasing to look at because he's not full of Revoltech style joints, and I really do appreciate that. Really love the detailing in his hair. The greens and blacks look so good, and they did a really good job capturing that with the black undertone and then the green on top. That looks really nice. So face-wise, it looks a lot like Deku, down to his little dimples and freckles right there, so that's really cool. Really do like that he is in his Gamma. This is his Gamma suit, right? Yeah, I think this is the Gamma one because the Beta one has the black gloves. You can see he still has his mask, which he does have some symbolic meaning behind that, where his mom made his original mask, and that's why he still has it on his costume. Really do like the shoulder pads right here. You can actually see how this is an evolution from his original suit, and it looks really good. I do like that. We do have the black trim instead of the white trim. When he upgraded to the beta suit, the white trim turned black. So I really do like that the trim at least stayed mostly the same in terms of style, but in color, he did change it up. We do have the white gloves, in which he does have support braces in it to help support his quirk for all-for-one. Then we do have his fist right here, which you can see he does have portholes right here, and that's where you attach the all-for-one lightning attachments, and he has several throughout the suit. We have 2 on the underside of his mask, 2 on his arm, 2 on his hands, 2 on his calves, and then we also do get 2 on the undersides of his feet. So he does come with enough ports for the all-for-one gimmick, and I really do like that. He's really nicely detailed down to his belt, which is painted beautifully. The belt buckle is really good. The pouches look really nice. I do like that. Again, we do have the trademark stamping right there, but overall really like the color. I do like the fact that this is a nice dark aqua green. It's not that bright green that his first suit was. Having a look at his legs, where this is the biggest change in his costume, he, instead of just having the knee brace, he actually has complete braces throughout his leg. You can see they start right above the knee going all the way down. And I especially love the gimmick in his foot, how he has like a little spring piston just to help his quirk and just to help him in general. They did a fantastic job sculpting this figure. Sculpt and paintwork is phenomenal on him, and I really do love the way this figure came out. This is probably my favorite Deku figure in my collection, or just in general my favorite My Hero Academia figure, but that's neither here nor there. So what we're going to do now is actually get him compared to other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have the Revoltech Deku posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have the Revoltech Deku posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have the Revoltech Deku posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And finally, here we do have the Revoltech Deku posed next to the Figma Deku and the Figma Uraraka. So with the comparisons out of the way, guys, let's actually have a look at his articulation, and Deku here has a phenomenal amount of articulation. For starters, he does have a double ball joint here in the head, which at first looks, it doesn't look that bad, and it does a really good job of hiding the articulation. You can pivot his head all the way up, although that does cause some disjointedness, but that does allow you to adjust the head as you need it. You can have him looking down a little bit. You can actually pivot that up and down, tilt his head side to side, and like I said, it gets really good range. So we can get a lot of good poses there, and of course it does turn left and right. He does have a ball hinge here at the neck, which does help him look down. Doesn't really look up that much because of the way it's angled in. It actually pegs into his back somewhere right here. So you're mainly going to be using that for forward movement, and that's where moving the head comes up, so you can actually have him lurching forward with the head looking naturally. So I do like that. His mask is on a single ball joint, and it does move around, so you can get that for style posing as you would like. And you can actually adjust that as you need to, so I really do like that. His shoulders are very interesting, so they are ball joints going into the shoulder. However, we do have a swivel joint right here, and you can see it does move forward and back, and that's just to help bring his arm forward. So that's a really interesting joint. It's kind of like All Might's joint where it swivels this vertically. His swivels horizontally, and that does help with posing. As you can see, you can bring his arm all the way to the front. It doesn't go that far back, unfortunately, but his arm can go out to the side, no problem. Does do a full 360, and that works fine. It doesn't have a traditional bicep swivel, but it does have a ball joint right here. You can see it does pivot, so that does work really good, and you can get some rotation right there. We have a Revoltech style joint right here in his elbow, so that does provide 90-degree bend, actually just slightly better than 90 degrees, and rotation works fine. We do have a ball hinge here at the wrist that has up and down movement. You can move that to have in and out, depending on how you have that peg situated, depends on what type of joint you have, so really do like that. So moving on to his torso, I want to say his upper torso is a double ball joint because he can lean back quite a bit. You can actually kind of shift him forward and back too, and looking inside there, it does appear to be a double ball joint, so I do like that. You can see it does pivot to the side nicely, and we do get some pretty decent rotation there. Then we have a single ball joint right here in his lower abdomen, and that provides so much more range. As you can see, he goes all the way around, nice hula hooping action, leans forward. Ooh, so much. But just like with All Might, you want to be careful whenever you move his back up, because that does have a tendency to snag on his belt. You want to make sure you push it in every time you do it, just so it doesn't snag. But it works phenomenally, and he does bend. Oh, just love the articulation on this figure. I can see why a lot of people had this on their top 10 figures of last year. Legs do move forward to about there. They can go a little bit higher, but you do run the risk of popping them off, and these are just on single ball joints. So we can go out to about there, forward, and back. Really do like his thigh swivel, although it's kind of loose on mine, and it really just is like All Might's where it just goes off to the side, so you can have better outwards movement if you needed to. We don't have a thigh swivel because most of that rotation comes on this ball joint. As you can see, it does move nicely. We have a Revoltech style joint here at his knee, which does provide some really nice bend, as you can see, but because it's a Revoltech style joint, we have a pin going into his thigh and a ball joint right here at his calf, so you can actually get him to go past 90, or you can actually just have him at 90 degrees and keep that sculpt the same, or you can push it just a little past and break up the sculpt. Either way, it's really good articulation. I really do like that. I want to say he just has a hinge in the foot because, yeah, it seems like it's just a swivel hinge. It does rotate nicely, goes forward and back. But we also have a true rocker ankle with Deku. As you can see, this boot, the red part of his boot is a floating piece, so that does rotate like that. So we get a true rocker ankle with Deku here. And then finally we have a very generous toe hinge. So overall, really liking the way Deku came out. I'm really happy I have this figure in hand. So what we're going to do now is get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the Revoltech Deku pose for my final thoughts, and overall, I love this figure. This is a very fun figure to mess around with. The amount of accessories he comes with is insane, and having him with so many different display options really does make this figure stand out from most of your collection. I can understand the appeal for Revoltech figures with a lot of articulation, and older figures, yeah, they did have a lot of articulation, but they also lacked aesthetics. These newer Revoltech figures have articulation and aesthetics going for them, so they look really good, and I am really happy that Revoltech was able to figure out how to make their figures aesthetically pleasing while keeping all that insane articulation. Deku here is no exception, and the amount of detail on him looks great. The only problem I really see with him is trying to figure out how you want to have him posed. He comes with so many all-for-one attachments that you want to try to overload him with as much as you can, or you can make it as simple as you want. That's the joy of this figure. There's so many display options that you really have so many different ways to pose Deku. It's so much fun, and I really do recommend you pick up this figure if you're a fan of My Hero Academia or just want a really fun figure to mess around with. Now, that does come with one downside to this figure. This figure is officially sold out on every website that I have looked on. No Entertainment Earth, no Big Bad Toy Store, no Hobby Links Japan, nowhere has this figure in stock, and it's quite a shame because this is such a nice figure and you want to have this in your collection. You're going to have to go to secondhand market where he's already running $250, which is insane. I can really see why people love this figure, and he's highly sought after. The amount of detailing on him is great. The articulation works fantastic. The accessories are very fun, and just overall a great figure. If you haven't already added this figure to your collection, I really recommend you find a way to track one down, especially if you're a My Hero Academia fan. This is a must-own figure. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other My Hero Academia videos and all my other Revoltech videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.